Oh, good morning, everyone. Welcome to practice. I'm just going to mute again. Roll, continue. All right. Welcome, everyone. I am Anne Casapini, and I'm very pleased to practice with you today. Let's get centered right away. Place your feet on the floor. Balance your hips on your chair or your blanket or props, however you're sitting. Let your hands rest on your lap. Draw your attention inward and go ahead and just get a sense of grounding. Connect to the earth. And from that grounding, lengthen up in your spine. Lift your sternum, lift your shoulders, draw the upper arm bones back. So you feel your shoulder blades move in toward your spine like loving hands on your back. Please lengthen up in your spine. And now just take 3 full breaths in and out. So breathe in through your nostrils if you can. Breathe out through the nostrils if you can. And breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath. Wonderful. I like to begin with the sound of the bell, just as a reminder to come to this moment right now. Wonderful. So I just want to speak for about a minute. One of the great teachings and understandings of yoga is that we are all one. We are all connected, and that is certainly reflected in the moment we are living in right now in this pandemic. And so what we do, we understand it affects others. And I'm so moved by how people are helping one another during this time. Every time you walk out and you put a mask on, you are helping your neighbors, right? And every time you stay home, you choose to stay home and not go out to shelter in place, you are helping others. And I came across this wonderful reading today that I just wanted to share with you, called The Secret of Accompaniment. And it's by Jacqueline Novogratz, who is the CEO of a company called Acumen, which serves the poorest people in the world. She's written a book called The Blue Sweater, Bridging the Gap Between Rich and Poor in an Interconnected World. So this word, accompaniment. I will hold a mirror to you and show you your value. Bear witness to your suffering and to your light. And over time, you will do the same for me. For within the relationship lies the promise of our shared dignity and the mutual encouragement to do hard things. Whatever you aim to do, whatever problem or problems you aim to address, remember to accompany those who are struggling, those who are left out, who lack the capabilities needed to solve their own problems. We are each other's destiny. So with that in mind, let's practice together and support each other. Bring your chairs to the front of your mat. 4 feet of chair will be placed safely on the floor. Please come to the middle of your mat. Pardon me. Feet are going to be 4 to 6 inches apart. With hands on hips, bend your knees, root down through your feet. Straighten the legs, turn the palms out. Inhale, lift up, big stretch. And exhale, release the arms. And again. Inhale, strong feet, strong legs as you lift the arms up. Exhale. Combine breath and movement. Inhale through the nostrils as best you can. Exhale. As you lift your arms, keep the thighs engaged. It feels like you're lifting your kneecaps up. And one more time. Inhale. Now stay there. This is a pose. This is Urdhva Hastasana with your arms up in the air. Lower your front ribs down. Relax the shoulders a little bit. I'll even move back a little bit so maybe you can see more of my hands. Yeah. Yes, good. Lowering the front ribs down. Lower the shoulders, but stretch up through beyond the fingertips. Yes, good. And now lean to one side. Crescent the body. And then come back and go to the other side. And come back. And release the arms. Good. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. And back and up and down. Wonderful. Option is to hold onto the chair. I want you to lift one foot up. You're rooting the weight-bearing foot, the straight leg foot. And just roll the ankles around, one ankle around at a time. Just want you to wake up the ankle joint. And you're breathing and you're drawing smooth circles in the air. Good. Switch, root through the straight leg. The other leg lifts up and you roll the ankle around. So try to keep it right in the ankle joint. Not so much, not the knee, just in the ankle joint, and breathe. Wonderful. Feet together, bend your knees. Roll the knees around a little bit. Circles in one direction, circles in the other direction. Good, come to standing, separate your hips. Let's just move the hips. So forward and back, and then side to side. You can bend one leg to help you do that, side to side. And now try to draw a circle with the hips. Just warming up the joints in the body a little bit. It is Sunday morning after all. Sleepy Sunday morning perhaps. Circle the other direction. Good. Come to standing. Now try to isolate your torso. So you can put your hands on your hips and just kind of move side to side. See if that'll work on your body. It's not so easy to do. Now take your elbows back and pop your chest forward. Then take your elbows forward and round your back. Do that again. Inhale, lift your chest, elbows back, pop the chest forward, exhale, round. Chin to chest. One more time. Inhale. Elbows back, exhale, round the spine, elbows forward, chin to chest. Come up to standing. Good. Lengthen in your spine as you breathe in. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Let the opposite arm hang down and breathe into the space between your ear and your shoulder. Lower your chin a little bit and breathe. Good. Then inhale, lift the head, and as you exhale, take your head to the other side. Good, your left ear is leaning toward your left shoulder. Your right arm is hanging down. Breathe into this trapezius muscle here. We can tend to hold a lot of stress there, so release it as best you can. Inhale, come back up to center. Now go to the first side again and draw a half circle to the front chest only. Half circle to the front chest again. Ooh, very gently listen into the sound of your neck. And do 2 more half circles to the front chest only. Good, and come back up. Now, right away I want to do moving powerful chair. Feet are parallel, 4 to 6 inches apart. Bend your knees, bow the torso forward. Look at your knees, make sure they're parallel. Then take your arms parallel to the floor. From here, press your navel back towards spine, gently. And then lift your arms any amount more that you can. Gently breathe. Good. Feel the feet pressing into the earth. Feel your quads working, your thighs. Then inhale, rise up, straighten the legs, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the arms. Let's move with breath now. Inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, rise up, open those fingers. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bow the torso forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the arms. Good, again. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair and bow the torso forward. Inhale, press into your feet to come back up to standing. Exhale, lower the arms. Good. Let's do half dog, or if you're not using a chair, do full dog. Make your index fingers parallel to the long edges of the mat when you bring your hands to the floor. So for those of us using the chair, you step close to the chair, you hold on, you step back into an L shape. Bend your knees, your feet are pointing forward. Root through the four corners of your feet, so the big toe mounds, inner heels press. Pinky toe mounds, outer heels press. Lift and spread all 10 toes, or as many will cooperate. Keeping that for now. Lift your upper body, lift your upper chest, your navel, stretch your spine long. Good. Release the toes now. Look back at your knees. I want your knees as wide as your ankles without moving your feet. Your head is in line with spine, back of ears, roughly in line with the backs of your upper arms. Now, straighten one leg, lean into the straight leg hip. Alternate that. You'll get a nice hamstring stretch here. Good. Do it again. I always like to say this is good for salsa. Yes, good, good, good. Now bend both knees, stretch your spine once again. Now take hips back, thighs back on both legs. Inner thighs move back. Lift your navel and your breathing. Good, and walk forward. Nice, right away let's take lunge. Right leg back. Left knee is bent, knee vertical over ankle. Scoot your back toes back a little bit more so that you can lift the back heel up. Now bow. As you bow, lift the back inner thigh up. And then keeping that sense of lightness in the back leg, bend the front knee more, look forward. You can stay here, it's a great place to stay. Or for today, I want you to take your hands on your hips, press your elbows back, lift your chest, and look up a little bit. Breathe here. So this is quite a balance challenge. If you need to hold on to the chair, please feel free to do that. Don't hesitate. Squeeze the inseams of your legs together a little bit to give you a little more stability. And breathe. Very good. Hold on. In one or more steps, switch your legs. Right leg forward, left leg back. Knee, front knee vertical over ankle. Bow. Pull the back heel up toward its own hip. Lift the back inner thigh up. Keeping that sense of lightness in the back leg. Bend the front knee any amount more you can so this front thigh gets heavy. Yes. Good. So you can stay here. Breathe. Gently press navel towards spine. For more challenge, hands on hips. Lift your chest. Squeeze your elbows toward each other. Look up a little bit. Yeah, good. So there's this nice circle of energy here in the upper body. Elbows actively pressing back. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards spine. Lift your sternum, your breastbone, and breathe here. Wonderful. Hold on. Forward. And release your legs a little bit. Good. Let's just work the feet and ankles again. So bend your knees. You can lightly hold onto the chair if you're using a chair, or just do it free-handed. Bend your knees. Heels are lifted. Straighten the legs. Heels are lifted. Bend the knees. Heels are lifted. Roll down through your whole foot. Knees are bent. Stay there. Feel your shins. Feel your calves. And straighten the leg. One more time. Come on to tiptoes. Bend your knees. Heels are lifted. Straighten the legs, heels are still lifted. Bend the knees, roll down through your whole foot, knees are bent. You might even press down a little bit more, a gentle bouncing. Good, excellent. Now please turn the chair around. And let's go into quarter dog, or again, full dog. If you're doing full dog, make sure you have even spaces between your fingers. All right. Hold on to the corners of the seat. Back. This is an upside down V shape. Your feet are about 4 to 6 inches apart. Once again, bend your knees, raise the sit bones high. Your ischial tuberosities. And lift your upper chest, lift your navel, then press hips back, Inner thighs press back, stretch out through your heels. So don't force your heels to the floor because I don't want you to overstretch your Achilles. If they go there on their own, fine. On the inhale, let's take plank. So inhale forward into plank pose. You lift your thighs, lift your hips, lift your navel, lift the back of your head, strong arms, and then go back. Downward facing dog. Let's try that again. Inhale, come forward, and you're breathing. Exhale, and pull the hips back, pull the thighs back. Good. Once more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Please take the right leg forward and lunge once again. Nice. Now from here, I'd like you to try a balance challenge. You make your fingers light, all right? One right hand on the hip, left hand to the outside of the right knee. This is a twist as well. You're gonna lengthen in your spine and twist to the right. Those that want more challenge, lift the left arm up. Hook the elbow to the outside of the right knee, press your palms together. Lift that right elbow up, and you're breathing. Good. So you're either staying here or you're staying here. Then hold on to the seat. Hands are on the seat or on the floor in a full down dog. Hips back, thighs back, and breathe. Good. Take your left leg forward. Get nice and rooted in your foundation, whatever's touching the floor or a prop. Now you can stay here or you can try the balance challenge. Make your fingers light. Put left hand on hip. Lift your shoulders more vertical over your hips. Left hand on hip, right arm is lifting, and you're going to put that right hand to the outside of the left knee. Lengthen in your spine and take a little twist to the left. For more challenge, hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Press your palms, look up, stretch your spine. Press your palms, draw your shoulder blades in towards spine and breathe. When you're done, hands back into down dog, either the quarter dog on the chair or the hands on floor, full dog. Release your neck. Release your head. Good. And walk forward. When you get there, bend your knees. Open the arms out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, the hands in front of the heart. Good. Nice. Come to the middle of your mat and just take your arms in what I call cactus shape with the elbows a little bit in front of your shoulders. Just want to open up the upper back muscles a little more. So as you inhale, throw the elbows back behind your shoulders. You'll feel a stretch in the pectoral area and you'll feel your upper back muscles engaged. And exhale, bring your forearms and elbows all the way closed. Inhale, open. Pull the elbows back. And exhale, close. Inhale once again. Big breath in and exhale. Try one more or rest. Inhale. Elbows back behind shoulders. Good. And exhale. Good. And release. Nice. Roll out your wrists a little bit. Bring your palms together. Press all 10 fingernail pads and the 4 points of your palm. Take the whole shape to one side. Come back to center. Whole shape to the other side. Come back to center. Inhale. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale. The thumbs come in front of the heart. Then 45 degrees down. Then come back. And once again, roll out your wrists. Now let's do something for your hamstrings. You can use blocks or chair. So I'll show both. Come to the front of your mat, either standing in front of your chair or between your blocks. Hold on to chair or blocks. Take the right leg back about 36 inches. Turn the right toes out. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Inhale, bend your front knee. Exhale, work to straighten it. Again, your hands can be on the blocks. There's another option to go deeper. Inhale, everybody, bend your front knee. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Try to get a sense that your sacrum is level. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten. Now, stay to the degree of straight that works for your body today. It might not be 100% straight, but give it a go. You're going to feel it back here, the hamstrings behind the front leg. So if it's too intense, do keep a little bend in the knee. Keep rooting big toe mound, inner heel of that front foot. Now, everyone, stretch your spine, look forward. And now we're going to take it into a forward fold. So bend your elbows out to the side. Start to lower your torso over the front leg. Now stop where you need to stop. Maybe you'll come onto your forearms on the seat of the chair. Maybe your hands will be on blocks and your forehead will be on the seat of the chair. If that starts to open up for you, lower the blocks. Eventually, you'll bring your hands to the floor. And those of you with hands on the floor already, to make it more active, press your hands down and forward and press your feet down and back. Isometric action to really engage the hamstring. Everyone, wherever your hands are, gently breathe. To come out of it, bend the front knee, look forward, and switch legs. You can set up your blocks. Back toes are turned out a little bit. Front foot is pointing forward. There's a nice space between the front and back leg. Square your hips. Inhale, bend the front knee. Your eyes are looking forward. Exhale, work to straighten the front leg to the degree that you can. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Try to get a sense that your sacrum is level. What can help you do that is you drag the right thigh bone back into its own hip socket. And then you drag the back thigh bone forward into its own hip socket. That will help square your hips. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, bend. Gently explore how your body's feeling today. Good. Then stay to your degree of straight. So really it's engaging the quad. It feels like you're pulling your kneecaps up. Everyone, lengthening your spine. Firmly root into your feet, and now start to bend your elbows, bow over your front leg. Stop where you need to stop. Maybe you'll come onto your forearms. Maybe not, that's okay. Maybe your hands will come to blocks. See how that feels. Keep engaging the quad. As the body starts to open up, you'll get little cues inside your body and mind, and so you'll slowly move to wherever is appropriate for you today. Again, remember, if you happen to have your hands on the floor and your legs straight, to make it more active, hands press down forward, feet press down back, and that'll be giving you a pretty intense stretch on your hamstrings. To come out, hands on the surface. Step forward, bend your knees, open your arms out to the side, inhale, lift up. Exhale, the hands in front of the heart. Really good. All right. Now let's get into when I do King Dancer with you, and a quad stretch in King Dancer. So just turn your chair around once again, because you can use the chair if you'd like to. And those of you that know you have pretty tight quads, you can grab a strap as well. I'm going to show you the move with and without the strap. Everyone face the front of your mat. If you have a chair there, you can hold on with your left hand. Manage your weight. It's 50-50 on each foot. Bend the right leg. And you're going to put the strap around the front of your right foot if you're using a strap. You'll bend the knee. Thighs are parallel, so this is your nice quad stretch. And then if you're not using the strap, you're going to hold on directly. Good, yeah. Keep your thighs parallel, knees parallel. From here, your hips are square to the front, your torso is square to the front of your mat. And now, Kick the knee back behind its own hip to the degree that you can until you feel a pretty good stretch in your thigh. You can stay here. For more challenge, lift the left arm up and gently bow. Lift your navel toward your spine, tailbone down. Don't let the bent knee wing out to the side. Keep it more parallel to the other knee. Gently breathe. Good. Excellent. If you want a little quad stretch, want to add that, take your palm on the inner ankle. You can even flex your foot. So with that right hand on the inner ankle, that back hand on the inner ankle, it opens this area. Do the best you can, gently breathe. Pick a gaze point for your eyes, a soft gaze to help you balance. That's drishti. Excellent, and then release. Oh yeah. So it works the right quad and it works the strength in your left leg. Lots of benefits. All right, let's do the other side. If you know you need a strap, put it in, fold it in half. Face the front of your mat. Hold on if you're using the chair. Put the strap around the front of your left ankle. So now, thighs parallel, knees parallel. Lift your chest, look forward. And then you'll take that knee back. The left knee moves back for a quad stretch as you pull up with the strap in your left hand. And you pull up and you pull up and you pull up, and then you might realize, oh, one day you'll realize I don't need the strap anymore. I can hold my toes directly. So yoga is wonderful practice in that little by little, inch by inch, practice by practice. What was difficult becomes easier. So it's very hopeful practice. Press your left knee back. Feel your quad stretch. You bow a little bit. For more challenge, lift the right arm up. Continue to bow. Continue to firm the straight leg. Kick the left knee back into your hand. Lift your navel. Breathe. Again, if you want to add the pectoral stretch on the left shoulder, take your left hand, bring it on the inside of that left ankle. Flex the foot now, so you have a little bit more of a easier way to hold on to that ankle. Lift the right arm up and bow. Kick it back. Do the best you can. Gently breathe. Have a little fun with it. Very good. To release. You can hold on, step in place, and let go of any tension that you may have created. Very good. All right. Now I want you to turn your chair, if you're using a chair. The back 2 feet of the chair are on the long edge of the mat. Those of you without a chair, please place one block and one block on either side of your mat. Please take a wide stance. Parallel the feet. You have one of your own legs lengths, approximately, between your feet. All right, now, I'll do opposite of you. So please open your right toes 90 degrees. Holding onto the chair is an option. Inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee. Look at it. Open that knee toward the pinky side of your foot. And let's go right away into extended side angle modified. The front elbow will lean on the front knee, front thigh. Palm is up on that hand. Look down at your front foot. Make sure the toes are pointing straight forward and the knee is opening toward the pinky toe side. With that top hand now, either on chair or on hip, revolve the torso open. Lay the top arm along the top edge of your body if you can with the palm up. Stretch that top arm over your top ear. Hug the ear to the inner bicep, the inner arm. Root through the outer edge of your back foot so it's nice and firm into the earth. And stretch. And gently breathe here. Good. Those that want more challenge, the bottom hand can come to the block. And your block can be any height that works for you. Or even your bottom hand can come to the floor on the outside of your left ankle. Gently breathe. If your neck is bothering you, just look straight down. That's the easiest position for your neck. Or you can look straight ahead or up under your top armpit. Really good. Now to come out of the pose, it's really helpful to press on that front knee with both hands. You press down, you can even walk your hands up your thighs, straighten the leg, parallel the feet, and walk in. Good. Take a wide stance. Please open your left toes 90 degrees, turn the back toes in a little bit. Right away, we're going to bend the front knee and put the front elbow. So it's your left foot is pointing forward, it's your left elbow. I'm doing the opposite of you. Lengthen in your spine. Option is hand on chair or hand on hip for the top hand. Please lengthen in your spine and try to get a sense of this beautiful twist in the upper body that is part of this pose. This lower belly sweeps up to the top belly, and you could just stay here. It's a very nice way to work your way into this pose, which is a challenging pose. So for more option though, more challenge, top arm lays along the top edge of the body, palm up. Reach over your top ear, stretch the body. From the outer edge of your back foot, rooting down, stretch the body. Oh, yes, good. And then again, remember, you can stay here, you can come out of it whenever you want by re-rooting. But if you want max challenge, more challenge, put that bottom hand on the block to the outside of your front foot. Breathe. Again, if your neck hurts, look to the floor, look to the front foot. Or just peek straight ahead, or under your top armpit. To come out of the pose, really press down on that front knee. It helps to re-root. And then come up, parallel the feet, walk in together, and march in place. Excellent. Good, good. Now, I'm into the standing poses today. So bring your chair here so your seat is facing you. Take a wide stance. We're going to go into triangle pose, a moving triangle. So if you're not using the chair, feel free to use a block. So stand in the middle of your mat, open your feet wide, and let the front foot open up so that the toes are under the seat of the chair. Your hips are on a bit of a diagonal here, so the front hip is in a different plane than the back hip. So picture two planes of glass parallel to each other. With hands on hips, bend your front knee. Once again, look at it, align it, so the kneecap's pointing straight forward. Kneecap is pointing over the base of your second toe. Keeping the knee bent for now, place your front hand on the chair, the middle of the chair, or you can place it on your block. I'm going to model with the chair. Slowly straighten that front leg. So these are triangle legs. Can you see the triangle shape between the legs? Revolve the torso open. Lay the top arm on the top hip along the top edge of your body. And again, try to get that twisting action in the upper body. So from here, let's open up the intercostal muscles with breath. You're going to inhale, bend your front knee, reach the top arm over your top ear. The hand comes even below the head a little bit. And then exhale, straighten the front leg. Return the top arm to the top hip. Inhale, bend your front knee. Reach the top arm all the way over. Open your intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribs. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Really good. Hold on to chair or floor. Step forward. Bend your knees. Open the arms out to the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Let's do the other side. I'll just move my chair around so you can see me. All right, here we go. Take a wide stance. Parallel the feet. Open the toes just so that they're underneath the seat of your chair. With hands on hips, and your hips are on a bit of a diagonal. Inhale here as you exhale, bend the front knee, align the kneecap. It's so important that if the knee falls into the big toe side, you're going to strain that knee. So from here, put the front hand on middle of chair, middle of seat, or a block. That'll take you deeper into this triangle pose. Lay the top arm along edge of top hip. As you inhale, straighten the front leg and reach the arm up overhead. So the goal here is to stretch open these intercostal muscles and open your breath. And then exhale, bend the front knee and return that arm to the starting point. Inhale, open the breath, open the lungs. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the front leg. And return that hand to the top hip. One more. Inhale. Always feel free to rest when you need to rest. Yeah, you build up strength slowly, with care, with ease. And to release, hold on to the chair. Step back, downward facing dog. Or your hands are on the floor and you're doing a full dog. Then walk forward, bend your knees, open the arms out to the side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, the hands in front of the heart. Great. Now I'd like to do Anjaneyasana. So we're going to come to our knees. I'd like you to take a blanket so that you can give your knees a little cushion. So put it like in the middle of your mat. You can come onto your knees. Your chair is at the front of your mat if you're using a chair, or you can have 2 blocks only, like this. Come onto your knees, hold onto the chair or hold onto the blocks. You're going to swing the right leg around and bring it into a lunge position like this. So lunge with your back knee on the floor. Now scoop your back knee further back so you're not right directly on the kneecap. You're a little above the kneecap, on the patella, above the patella. All right, so back toes are tucked under. Your hands are either on chair or blocks. Inhale, rock your hips back. Exhale, bend the front knee more. If you need more room, just scoot your blanket a little bit further back. Inhale, rock your hips back. Exhale, rock forward. Yeah, so you're going to feel a stretch. Maybe at the top of your left thigh. Maybe at the inner right groin. See where you feel it. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock forward. Now stay here. As you descend your hips down, resist this back thigh back a little bit. Yeah, good. Make your hands light. Now if that's enough, then just stay here using your hands on blocks or chair. For more challenge, navel towards spine. Now lift your arms up. You want to really lift the ribs up, but then relax the shoulders, even though you're reaching up with the arms. And pay attention even to the back heel. Don't let the back heel flop out to the left. Hug it in toward an imaginary midline drawn between your legs. Yeah, good. Gently breathe. Bit of a balance challenge. Kind of a feel-good pose. Reaching up to blue skies. Yes. And then hold on. And switch your legs so you can bring it out to the side in a half circle and back. That's an easier way to bring the leg forward or back. And again, on this other side, your left leg can swing out to the left in sort of a C shape, and then bring it forward for lunge. Slide your back knee back. Inhale, rock the hips back. Exhale, rock the hips forward. So as stretch. Inhale, rock your hips back. Exhale, gently rock the hips forward. Do resist that back thigh back a little bit, even though you're descending your hips. Inhale, rock the hips back. Exhale, rock forward. Good. Now stay here, either with hands on chair or hands on blocks. Breathe. Option is to stay here and just breathe and hold the pose. Toes can be tucked under or laying flat on that back foot, whatever works for you. Navel towards spine. Lift one arm. Lift the other arm if you can. Again, you're lifting up, like your bottom ribs lift up off the waistline. Relax the shoulders even though you're reaching up. This is Anjaneyasana. Gently breathe in and breathe out. One more detail you can pay attention to, that back heel. Don't let it flop out to the right. Hug it in toward the midline, that imaginary line drawn between your legs. Lift up. Wonderful. Breathe. Good. Hold on. Let's take a supported child's or a regular child's pose. Open the knees wide. Move your blocks. Holding on to chair. Pull the hips back, toes together, knees open wide. Gently, hips back toward heels. Without the chair, your hands will come to the floor. You can inch your hands forward. And release the back body. Couple breaths here. Really good. Now I'd like you to come onto all fours. So do move your chair to the side carefully. Come onto all fours. Open the fingers wide. Your wrists are underneath your armpits. Tuck your toes. Extend the right leg out. So I'll show you 3 variations of what we're going to do from easiest to hardest. Firm your hands, firm your arms, lift your navel. So you're going to really round your back here and then keep that. So to keep the core support. Lift the right leg up. That's choice A. Stay there and breathe. Choice B, which is harder. Now you lift your left arm. The opposite arm is reaching forward. Continue to round your back. Stay there and breathe. Choice C, which is the hardest. You bend, you bring your knee to elbow. Elbow to knee. Left elbow to right knee. Hug in. Stretch it back out. Oh, that's tricky. Knee to elbow. Stretch it back out. And then everybody, hands to floor. Come back to stand on your knees. Roll out your wrists. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. All right, let's try those 3 variations on the other side. And remember, you can stop when it feels like enough. You're on all fours. Your wrists are underneath your armpits. Lift your navel. So get that core action going right away. Keep that going. It's like you feel like you round your back. Extend the left leg out. Keep rounding the back. Lift that leg. It can be flexed or pointed, whatever feels good for you. You can stay here. That's version A. Strong hands, strong arms. Version B, a little bit harder. You lift the opposite arm. So it's left leg out, right arm forward, still rounding your back. Still pressing navel towards spine. Good, that's the intermediate choice. Now, the hardest choice is elbow to knee. Bend the right elbow, pull the left knee in. And they touch, maybe they touch. Extend out. Hug in. Extend out. I think we did 2 on the other side, so we'll just keep it to 2 on this side. Excellent. And now take a forearm position. Forearms onto floor. Your palms can be on the floor. Pull your hips back into a child's pose once again. Lay the toes out. Take your hips as far back as you can comfortably go. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Very, very good. And now come up and you can swing your legs around so you can move the blanket. I'd like to do something for first we'll do Dandasana, yeah. First Dandasana, then we'll do a little bit more of ab work. Roll your thighs in, pull the fleshy part out, take your hands behind you, lift your chest, flex your feet, flare the toes, pull the pinky edges of your feet back. So the outer edges of your feet are pulling back toward their own hips. Gently breathe. Now let's take a twist. So I'm going to face the camera so you can see. So if we started in Dandasana, take both legs to your left. I'll do opposite of you. Take both legs to your left hip. The top ankle rests in the sole of the bottom foot. Now you're going to lean your torso to the right. I'm doing opposite of you. Your left hand is going to come underneath your right leg. Palm is to the floor. Your top hip is off the floor. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. And as you exhale, you're gazing over, you're taking a twist in the upper body toward your knees. Yeah? Gently breathe. It feels very dramatic as you gaze over your left shoulder and you twist toward your knees. This can feel very dramatic. Good, and breathe. Now keep your body where it is, but just turn the neck and head to gaze over the other shoulder. Breath in, long breath out. Nice. To come out of it, straighten the legs. Take Dandasana, staff pose, straight legs, feet are flexed, toes are flared. And then lean toward your left hip. I'm doing opposite of you. Take your legs over to the right, both legs. These are bent. The front of your top ankle rests in the sole of the bottom foot. The top hip is definitely off the floor. So lean your torso to the left a lot, and that'll help you get your right palm underneath the left leg, like that. And then you kind of scoot back just to lengthen up in your spine. That bottom hand is supporting you, the straight arm there. Your left hand is supporting you. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. And as you exhale, gently twist toward your knees. You're gazing over the top of your right shoulder. Again, this can feel super dramatic. Try to keep the other shoulder open and moving back toward the back body. Feel wide across your top chest, wide across those clavicle bones. Gently breathe. Keeping the body where it is now. Turn your neck and head. So now you're looking the other way. You're gazing away from your knees. Good. If you hear any stomach gurgling, that's a good sign. It's a deep relaxation going on. Yeah, really good. And then release. Straighten your legs once again for Dandasana, excuse me. Straighten the legs. This is like the neutralizing pose. Open the feet. Open the bones of your feet. Good. Now let's do the abdominal work that I had mentioned earlier. I'd like you to lie down. Take a block, if you have one. Put it between your thighs. So the wide face between your thighs. And rest a moment here. Feet are going to be actively pressing into the floor. You can watch me for the first one. So the feet press, and if you don't have a block, I just want you to remember to hug your inner thighs toward each other while we go. You're going to inhale, tuck your chin into your chest, reach your fingers and arms forward, come up, do a little curl, lifting the upper body toward your thighs, and then you will roll back vertebrae by vertebrae onto the floor. And you can do between 1 and 5. So let's, whatever's appropriate for you. Be sure your feet are actively pressing. Inhale, and as you exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, round up the spine. You're lifting, reaching toward your thighs. Feel the abs working, your navel presses towards spine, and lower down. And again, if you feel like you've had enough after 1 or 2, just stop. Do not strain. Inhale, and as you exhale, roll up into this little bit of a curl here for your abs. Squeeze the block or squeeze your legs in toward each other. Reach, 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 reach. And lower down. Take a breath. Either rest or try one more. Inhale and curl up on the exhale. So you move with the exhale. Do the hard part with the exhalation, right? Wonderful. Yeah. So, it's so beautiful to practice together, release that, because we accompany each other, right? That word that I talked about in the beginning of class, this idea of accompanying each other. We support each other, right? If you were home by yourself and you weren't participating in this class, you probably wouldn't do as many sit-ups as we just did, right? You'd be like, I'm done. But something about being together is this strengthening process that we can give to each other. All right, so from here, let's do a little bit more on our backs. I want you to put one hand on each knee, pull the knees in toward the armpits, and you'll notice as you do that, the hips, lower hips come up and the back kind of rounds. All right, that's fine. It's a stretch in one direction. But now, I want you to just keep pressing your navel toward the floor, but then now let your sit bones go toward the floor. You might feel now the back is arching a little bit more. Yeah, just feel what that feels like. Stay there a moment. Maybe try that again. Pull the knees more tightly in toward your armpits, and you'll feel the lower back rounding. And now, lower your sit bones, the bones in the butt, toward the floor, which takes the lower lumbar area into a bit more of an arch. Just feel that. This is a nice way to kind of gently massage your lower back and bring more awareness into the pelvis. Good. Now bring the legs closer together. Let's do wind expeller. Right knee in toward chest. Left leg straight out. Foot is flexed. Even lift your head and see, are the toes pointing straight up or are they flopping to the left or to the right? Keep them pointing straight up. Flex this foot as well. Hug in, hug in, hug in. Nice. And then release. Straighten the leg. Hug in, hug in, hug in. Yeah, the right leg is straight. Left foot is bent, hugging in toward left armpit. Again, you could lift your head and just check, what is your foot doing? Is it doing what you think it's doing? Sometimes you have to use your own eyes to just double check. And breathe. Nice. Good. And now, happy baby. Let's do happy baby either with a strap or without a strap. So without a strap, you just grab onto the outer edges of your feet and your knees are inside your elbows are inside your knees. Pull down with the arms, press up with the legs. With a strap, it's also a really nice way to do it. Arms are straight. You can even widen your feet. If you're using a strap, you can widen your feet out into the strap, which gives a nice opening feeling to the bottom of the pelvis. Knees are bent. You're pulling down with the arm strength. Press up with the leg strength. Full breath in. Long breath out. Just notice. Good. Yeah. And then release. Put the feet to the floor. Take a moment to breathe. And now stretch your legs straight out on the floor. Roll your inner thighs in a little bit, inner knees in a little bit, but toes are still pointing right out. Stretch your arms up overhead. And I'd like you to just stretch your body. Have your palms face each other. Reach
from your waist up along the upper body, beyond your fingers, and then from your waist down the legs, through the heels of your feet. Stretch the body nice and long. Good. And then release. Yeah, really good. Bend your knees. Place your hands on your belly. Stay there a moment. Just want you to find your breath now, even deeper. So as you breathe in now, send the breath right under your hands to the lower belly. Feel that. Breathe in through the nostrils if you can. Breathe out through the nostrils. So you breathe in, you send the breath all the way down to the lower belly. And release. Now as you breathe in, feel the lower belly and the middle belly. You can have one hand on the lower belly, one hand on the navel. Good. Inhale, feel the lower belly, the middle belly. And now 3 parts of breath. As you inhale, send the breath down to the lower belly, then the navel, and then the upper chest. And as you exhale, release the upper chest, the navel, and the lower belly. So like when you pour a glass of milk into a cup, you fill from the bottom up. Inhale, fill the lower belly, the middle belly, the upper chest. And like when you pour the milk out of the glass, you go from the upper chest, the middle belly, to the lower belly. Yes, try that a couple times. Inhale, fill the lower belly, the middle belly, the upper chest. Exhale, let go of the breath from the upper chest, the middle belly, the lower belly. As you inhale, fill from the bottom all the way up to the top chest. As you exhale, release from the upper chest, the navel area, the lower belly. Good. Now release that, and we'll go right into a meditation and Shavasana. So if you'd like to just continue lying on the floor, you can do that. If you'd like to sit up for meditation and then come back to lying down, you can do that. Make sure that you are warm, comfortable. Put a blanket over yourself, or socks on. Sit in any way or lie down in any way that is very comfortable for you. So we'll begin by simply sensing which parts of our body are supported by the floor or a prop. And allow those parts to settle a little bit more. Stretch your spine. Draw your shoulder blades a little more in toward your spine and then release them out a little bit. So your shoulder blades feel more flat on your back. So today I'd like to suggest that you do a mantra that has a little bit of a hand movement. The sound is sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And the movement is you touch your thumb to each finger on each syllable. It's important to let the hands either rest on your lap or rest on the floor. Backs of hands resting. You touch your thumb to your pinky, then your ring finger, your middle finger, your index finger, and then back. Pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, thumb. So it's sa. I'll just raise my hand so you see. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Like that. So let's do that practice together. Let's do it for 5 minutes, actually 6 minutes. And we'll begin with a bell, and we'll end with a bell. If your hands get tired at any point, just stop doing it for a little bit and maybe come back to it. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Saying it out loud for now. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Now whisper it. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, Now silently to yourself. Now gently let that practice go. And when you feel ready, come to lie down now for a few minutes of formal rest. Shavasana is how we end every class. That's the name of the pose of just lying down for formal rest. It translates to corpse pose, which can sound a little odd at first. This is the Sanskrit word, but it's actually the most life-affirming pose. As we remember our mortality, we can celebrate every moment of our lives. We can really embrace each moment. So allow yourself to rest, honor your body, your mind, your heart, with a few minutes of formal rest. Now gently take a full breath in and a long breath out. Very gently bend your knees, roll to your side, and help yourself back up to sitting. So in closing, I want to thank you for coming together as a community to practice together. May we continue to bear witness to each other's suffering, to support each other in shining our own individual light in the community, and hope to see you again soon. Namaste.